All right, Tracy, thank you for that first look. Well, new overnight this morning, a woman is dead after she was struck by a fire truck near Midtown St. Louis. It all happened around 11:20 last night near South Compton and Shoto. A witness who spoke with investigators says the woman fell out of an SUV onto the road before she was hit. Right now, accident reconstructors are investigating the incident.
A young woman has been laid to rest after a night of fun turned fatal. A night that started with dancing on headlights and ended in tragedy. At first glance, this sounds eerily similar to the recent incident in Forest Park, Georgia, where 25-year-old Amaya Cunningham lost her life after stepping out at a red light to twerk, only to be run over by an associate who then fled the scene. But this right here is a different story. This one happened in St. Louis. An 18-year-old woman got out of the car at a red light, climbed on top of the vehicle, and started dancing. Her friends, in an attempt to keep the fun going, started driving so they could watch her pop her thought pocket on top of a moving Cadillac truck. But then, the unthinkable happened. She lost her balance, fell off the vehicle, and landed in the middle of the street. Just moments later, a big red fire truck came barreling down the road, sirens blaring as it rushed to an emergency. And sadly, she was run over. St. Louis authorities are issuing a warning to young people, especially young women. Do not get on top of moving vehicles to dance. Do not hang out of windows to dance. And I'll add this one. Don't get out of the car to dance in the middle of the road. You may think you're having fun, but it's not worth your life. We're going to get into what happened in St. Louis and the message the young woman's family is sending out to warn other young women. But first, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. If you're watching from St. Louis, drop St. Louis below in the comments. Won't waste any time, let's go ahead and get into it.
We do want to bring you an update to that breaking news we've been following for you all morning long. Police have now identified the woman who died after being struck by a fire truck after falling from an SUV. So St. Louis Metropolitan Police have just updated the fact that 18-year-old Nyla Simmons fell from the roof of a moving Cadillac Escalade just before 11:20 last night. This happened at the intersection of Shoto and South Compton. Police say that Simmons was dancing on the top of that SUV when she lost her balance and fell onto the road. Moments later, she was struck by a fire truck responding to an emergency call with its lights and sirens on. All drivers involved stayed at the scene and are cooperating with investigators. Accident reconstruction is leading this ongoing investigation.
A night out turned devastating. A woman is hit and killed by a St. Louis City fire truck at a busy Midtown intersection. Fox 2's Taylor Harris reports on the latest developments.
We're here at the intersection of Shoto and Compton in Midtown, and this was the site of a heartbreaking tragedy that unfolded Saturday night. Around 11:20 p.m., police say a Cadillac Escalade was stopped here at this very corner. Police say moments later, the vehicle turned left and 18-year-old Nyla Simmons, who had been dancing on the roof, lost her balance and fell to the pavement. Tragically, she was then struck by a fire truck that was responding to an emergency call with lights and sirens. Investigators with accident reconstruction are working to piece together the full details. Officials tell us that all drivers involved remained on scene and cooperated. We spoke to a staff member from St. Louis University's Casa de Salud nearby who says in his 5 years working there, accidents at this intersection are not uncommon, happening at least twice a month, but he's never witnessed or heard of one turning fatal until now. Nyla Simmons was a graduate of Fern Ridge High School and a former Parkway North High School student. Sunday, the Parkway District STEP team, which Nyla was once a part of, is remembering her vibrant spirit, calling her a force of talent and a light that shined brightly both on and off the stage. Fox 2 News reached out to the St. Louis Fire Department for comment, and they have declined to comment at this time, as it is standard procedure while an active investigation is underway with the law enforcement entity that they cannot comment. Reporting from Midtown, I'm Taylor Harris, Fox 2 News.
On the evening of Saturday, April 26, 2025, teenagers across the country, along with their families, came together to celebrate prom. These days, prom is basically treated like a full-on wedding. We're talking extravagant photo shoots, hundreds and sometimes thousands spent on dresses, shoes, hair, makeup, party buses, limos, the rental of $200,000, $300,000 cars, decorations, People are even rolling out red carpets in their driveways so family and friends can watch their daughter go off to prom. Some even hire professional photographers to capture it all. Personally, I think it's a complete waste of money, but that night, 18-year-old Nyla Simmons of St. Louis, Missouri, wasn't going to prom herself. She had already graduated high school the year before, class of 2024. She was just there to support a friend, showing up to help hype the moment and be a part of the send-off crowd. After the celebration, Nyla decided to hang out and party with friends one last fun weekend before starting hair school at Grabber 2 days later. But when classes started that Monday, one chair was empty. Nyla never made it. She tragically lost her life that Saturday night after falling off a moving Cadillac Escalade.
An update now on a story we've been following in St. Louis. A young woman's life cut tragically short. She fell off an SUV and then was struck by a fire truck over the weekend. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Mike Bush. The family of 18-year-old Nyla Simmons says she had big dreams, and today was supposed to be the start of a new chapter. Live on your side's Megan Kernan joins us now live where the accident happened in Midtown.
Mike, Nyla's parents tell me she was a spectacular individual who loved life, especially her friends. They say she was supposed to start cosmetology school today. Now, instead of preparing for her next chapter, her family is preparing to lay her to rest.
The deadly crash happened late Saturday night near the Topgolf on South Compton and Choteau. Police say Nyla Simmons was dancing on top of an SUV that was stopped at a red light. When the SUV turned, investigators say Nyla lost her balance and fell into the road. Just moments later, police say she was hit by a St. Louis fire truck with lights and sirens on, heading to a house fire. Nyla's family tells 5 on Your Side she had been celebrating at a friend's prom party earlier that night. The driver of the SUV and fire truck stayed at the scene. When asked if charges could be filed against the SUV driver, police said that will be up to accident reconstruction investigators and the prosecutor's office. Nyla graduated from Parkway North High School last year, where she was part of their STEP team. Nyla's dad, Everett Simmons, says she wanted to be an entrepreneur. She loved her dog Dior and her family. She was a shining light in a lot of people's lives. She will always be missed.
Nyla's family tells me they'll remember her vibrant spirit and the bright future that was taken far too soon. Police tell me accident reconstruction specialists are still working to learn exactly what happened in those final moments.
Now, St. Louis Metro authorities are warning young women about following online trends and music encouraging them to twerk on headlights.
This is now the time to have those conversations. What should you do and what should you not do? This is horrible. This shouldn't have happened, but it did.
Yeah, Corey, as we learn more about this incident that happened right here at this intersection at Choteau and South Compton, police tell us today they do see an uptick in behavior of teens and juveniles hanging off of cars, dancing on cars as we approach the summer months.
Seriously.
It's a trend that stands the test of time. Video obtained by First Alert 4 years ago shows young people hanging out the window, the sunroof, and even standing on top of a car dancing and recording. Popular rap artist Glorilla, in her hit song from just 2 years ago, she raps about her and her friends hanging out the windows and dancing on cars at red lights.
Craziness.
A reaction that many people have when they see them in traffic. Police are investigating a similar incident that happened late Saturday night. 18-year-old Nyla Simmons was dancing on an Escalade at around 11:20 p.m. at the Choteau and South Compton intersection. When the driver took the left, Nyla fell off the car. Moments later, she was hit by a city fire truck on its way to a call.
This appears to just be a horrible accident. Young people do things that they may not necessarily do as adults.
St. Louis police say this is definitely not the first time they've seen or heard of young people surfing on top of cars or even hanging out of them in traffic.
Sometimes we see slight increases when it comes to juvenile-related incidents, especially in the summer months. This is now the time to have those conversations. What should you do and what should you not do?
McCoy says it's hard for police to do anything special in regards to patrolling. Obviously, if they see it, they say something. But ultimately, it's a call on parents to have those tough conversations.
we cannot police our way out of this. At some point, parents have to take responsibility for their kids' actions.
McCoy says it's a regional problem. Many times the people involved are injured, but innocent people in traffic are too.
Nyla's parents are also telling others to learn from their daughter's mistake. Her mom flat out said, "Don't do it."
A lot of people gonna miss her, but we ain't gonna never be the same.
I'm still in shock right now. The incident, it's just tragic the way she died, but that's what hurt the most, the way she died. When Nyla was out having fun, that's what she liked, having fun, hanging with her friends.
Nyla's parents want other people to learn from this tragedy.
And don't get on top of a car, y'all.
And we want all her people and her friends to take this and learn from it. I'm highly distraught that I don't get to see what she was gonna become.
Her parents say they don't blame her friends. They were just teens being teens, saying no one could have ever guessed that the night would end up with Nyla losing her life.
But we all been young before. Yeah. We all done did some type of things where it could have ended up bad for us.
The parents wanting everyone to learn from Nyla's mistakes, hoping this incident can stop another teen from doing the same.
And we want all her people and her friends to take this and learn from it.
Don't get on top of a car, y'all.
Remembering Nyla Simmons as their youngest baby who lit up every room she went into.
Nyla was going to be an entrepreneur. Nyla was going to be great in this world, and it's tragic that she's not here.
My deepest condolences to Nyla's parents. It's absolutely heartbreaking to lose a child, especially in such a preventable way. The truth is, these kinds of tragedies happen because everyone is involved. It's not just one person making a bad choice. It's a whole group hyping it up. Everyone's having fun until they're not. And then come the consequences. In Nyla's case, those consequences were fatal. What's especially eerie is how similar Nyla's accident in Missouri was to Amaya's murder in Georgia. Both happened on the same night, April 26, 2025, within the same hour. Amaya's incident occurred around 11:45 p.m. Eastern in Forest Park, Georgia, and just 30 to 40 minutes later, around 11:20 p.m. Central, Nyla's fatal fall happened in St. Louis. Both young women were out with friends. Both were preparing to start cosmetology school, both leaving behind their parents and siblings. Amaya, the oldest of 8, Nyla came from a family of 5 siblings. Both stopped at red lights. Both caught up in this growing trend, encouraged by music and social media, dancing on cars and twerking in the streets. Let's be real. This is bigger than young people being young people. This is spiritual. There's a Jezebel-like spirit floating around targeting young women, encouraging them to risk everything for attention, clout, or the approval of a crowd. And every time someone calls it out, here come the feminists or the fake sisterhood defending it as harmless fun. But it's not harmless when girls are ending up in the morgue. From popping their thought pockets in Lululemon, turning civilized stores into Magic City, to twerking in the streets, turning red lights into a pole and a stage. It's going too far. This isn't just about embarrassing themselves in public at this point. It's about endangering lives. There are serious lessons to take from these tragedies, whether it's Amaya's so-called friends running her over and fleeing the scene, or Nyla falling from an SUV before being struck by a fire truck. This can't keep happening. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. What do you think about this dangerous trend? Drop your thoughts below. Special thank you to Rob P. I appreciate you, Rob, for all of your support for the channel. You can show your support as well. The link to PayPal is below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to like and share.